Hello everyone. Today we'll explore an astonishing discovery beneath the Mediterranean Sea that could hold the key to a lost civilization. This find, made by a group of marine archaeologists, includes remains of ancient structures and artifacts that suggest a thriving society existed in this region before it was submerged by the waters. Preliminary investigations have revealed pottery, tools, and possibly even the remains of dwellings, giving us clues about the daily lives of these people. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and follow us for more fascinating content. Every discovery like this helps us better understand how ancient civilizations developed, interacted, and in some cases, disappeared. The history of the Mediterranean is full of mysteries, and this is just the beginning. Here we go. Prepare to dive into a journey that will not only take us deep into the ocean, but also through time, unearthing secrets that have remained hidden for millennia. Let's discover together what the past has in store for us. The Mediterranean Sea, that vast blue expanse that has been the cradle of countless civilizations, from the Phoenicians to the Romans, has always been considered a graveyard of shipwrecks and coastal cities sunk by rising sea levels. Yet beneath its shimmering waves, in the abysses where light barely penetrates, scientists have begun to find evidence that challenges this view, suggesting something far grander. Not just the remains of cities, but the vestiges of an entire lost civilization, an entire chapter of human history erased by natural disasters. The story of this discovery begins not on an exploration vessel, but with the prosaic need to lay submarine communication cables in the early 1980s. Marine geologists and telecommunications engineers, mapping the sea floor between the coasts of Israel and Cyprus, encountered bathymetric anomalies that did not fit with the natural geology of the region. Sonar detected strangely regular patterns in the mud and sand of the continental shelf, at depths ranging from 50 to 200 meters. These patterns, which were initially ignored or attributed to geological phenomena, caught the attention of Italian marine archaeologist Emanuele Cicala, who in the 1990s dedicated his life to re-examining the oldest seismic and bathymetric data. What Cicala and his team found was the signature of an artificial geometry beneath the sediment: straight lines, right angles, and clusters of structures that suggested a large-scale urban design, not simply a scattering of remains. The epicenter of the scientific commotion centered on a specific area off the coast of Israel, near Atlit Bay, where the famous submerged Neolithic site of Atlit Yam had already been discovered. But new sonar data pointed to structures much larger, deeper, and, crucially, much older than previously believed. The real breakthrough came with the expedition funded by the Haifa Oceanographic Institute and Tel Aviv University at the beginning of the 21st century. Using remotely operated vehicles equipped with high-definition cameras and sampling arms, scientists finally managed to penetrate the darkness and mud. What they revealed was an incredibly well-preserved underwater landscape that forced archaeology to revise its chronology. Deep underground, the remotely operated vehicle filmed and recovered artifacts from a pre-flood civilization that existed on the continental shelf during the last Ice Age and the Neolithic period. The continental shelf, now submerged, was then a habitable strip of land connecting vast coastal regions. This landscape, dubbed by some as the Atlantic of the Mediterranean or the ancient Aegean, had once been home to human communities. The most surprising find was a structure scientists dubbed the Aegean Wall, a stone formation stretching more than 100 meters, deliberately arranged for unknown purposes. Although its purpose remains a mystery, defensive, ceremonial, or perhaps an ancient fishing boundary, its existence at such depth and its age of more than 10,000 years confirmed that organized human activity in the region was much older and more widespread than previously thought. Evidence of a lost civilization wasn't limited to structures. Scientists recovered stone tools, remains of hearths, and most crucially, evidence of agriculture and livestock farming in areas that are now the seabed. This showed that when sea levels were 100 meters lower, this land was a coastal oasis, where humanity was making the crucial transition from hunter-gatherer to sedentary life. The Neolithic Revolution, a milestone in human history, may have had a marine epicenter that was washed away. Lake Atlantic, or the Atlantis of the Mediterranean, was not a single city as in myth, but a network of coastal settlements that thrived on this strip of land for thousands of years. Scientists estimate that this submerged continental shelf may have had a surface area comparable to that of a modern country, providing a migration corridor and a center of cultural development that is completely inaccessible today. What will change everything forever is understanding the chronology of sea level rise. The end of the last ice age was marked by massive glacial melting, which raised sea level by more than 120 meters. This process, which was not linear but occurred in rapid pulses, was what flooded and erased this lost civilization. The sea did not rise slowly. It catastrophically inundated these settlements over periods of decades or centuries, sealing their history beneath the sediment. The Mediterranean, rather than just a crossroads, was a submerged continent that was the cradle of cultures that flourished and died long before Sumer or Egypt. The discovery forces historians to reconsider migration routes and the origins of agriculture in the Old World. Humanity's historical memory could have been dramatically truncated by the Great Flood at the end of the Pleistocene. Diving work is slow and dangerous due to the depth and pressure. However, scientists are now using cutting-edge multi-beam sonar to create a complete three-dimensional map of the Mediterranean continental shelf. These maps reveal thousands of anomalous structures awaiting confirmation by diving, suggesting that the Aegean Wall is just a fragment of a massive civilizational network. If you're impressed by this revelation about what lies beneath the Mediterranean Sea, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us. This discovery is just the beginning of a journey into the hidden secrets of a mysterious civilization that has left indelible marks on human history. Each discovery brings us closer to a better understanding of their customs, art, and way of life. Mediterranean archaeology has entered a new era, one where geologists and oceanographers are as crucial as archaeologists. The lost civilization beneath the sea is not a myth like Atlantis, but a geological and archaeological reality proven by underwater science. The Mediterranean Sea, the epitome of the known, has revealed itself as the greatest unexplored archive of human prehistory. The discovery also has a linguistic impact. The existence of numerous isolated populations during the rise of the sea could explain the linguistic diversity of the Neolithic, creating population bottlenecks that forced the rapid diversification of languages, a phenomenon that until now had been difficult to explain. The sea became the separator of cultures that were previously connected by land. Exploration has extended to other areas of the Mediterranean, including the continental shelves near Sicily and the Black Sea, which also experienced dramatic water level rises. Scientists are finding similar patterns on the seafloor, suggesting that the concept of a lost coastal civilization is not unique to a single region, but a pan-Mediterranean phenomenon from the early Neolithic. The legacy of this discovery is the reaffirmation that the greatest secrets of human history are not always buried beneath the sand, but submerged underwater. The lost civilization beneath the Mediterranean is a testament to the vulnerability of human societies to climate change, and an invaluable archive of the earliest innovations of Homo sapiens in the Old World. Engineering and the catastrophic destruction of the submerged platform. Careful analysis of structures and artifacts recovered from the Mediterranean continental shelf has forced scientists to reconsider the level of civil engineering and social organization of early Neolithic communities. What the remotely operated vehicle has filmed are not temporary camps, but rather permanent house foundations, retaining walls to protect cultivated areas, and possibly grain storage structures. This is evidence of a sedentary society with a long-term vision in a period of history previously thought to be populated by nomadic or semi-nomadic groups. The surprise intensified with the study of the materials. The stone used to build foundations and structures like the Aegean Wall was cut with a precision that requires sophisticated tools and community planning. Scientists have identified quarries that are now 100 meters underwater, demonstrating the investment of social capital and labor these communities poured into their settlements. evidence of their attachment to the land that the sea eventually reclaimed. The historical turning point and the focus of current climate research is the rapidity with which this coastal civilization was destroyed. Models of sea level rise suggest that there were periods of catastrophic flooding known as melt pulses, where large volumes of glacial ice melted rapidly. These pulses would have raised sea level several meters in a single century, erasing large areas of the continental shelf. For the communities living on this strip of land, this would have been the equivalent of a slow but inexorable apocalypse. Scientists believe that populations would have been forced to undertake mass evacuations to the inland elevations, the present-day coasts. The loss of their lands, their crops, and their permanent homes, all at the mercy of the relentless advance of the sea, constitutes one of the greatest demographic and cultural catastrophes in the region's prehistory. The archaeological legacy of this lost civilization also offers a unique perspective on the origin of flood myths. It is highly likely that the memory of this great catastrophic flood and the loss of an entire world have been preserved in the oral traditions of survivors, fueling the flood stories found in nearly all ancient Near Eastern and Mediterranean cultures. Scientists find beneath the waves the geological and archaeological basis for the myth of Atlantis and the biblical flood. Underwater archaeology in the Mediterranean now faces the challenge of documenting thousands of square kilometers of a submerged civilization without disturbing the sediment that has preserved it for 10,000 years. Sonar technology and remotely operated vehicles are the only way to access this historical archive, which promises to rewrite the oldest chapters of migration, agriculture, and catastrophe in human history. The Mediterranean, that vast blue expanse, hides a continent of secrets that we are only just beginning to unravel. We thank you for joining us on this fascinating exploration of the treasures found beneath the waters of the Mediterranean. This sea, steeped in history, holds secrets that could change our understanding of the past. If you found this content captivating, please like, subscribe, and follow us so you don't miss our upcoming videos, which will be full of surprises and revelations sure to spark your curiosity. Until next time, may each discovery inspire you to continue exploring the fascinating world of our history.